Gabriela Saucedo Mercer. Let me repeat that. Gabriela Saucedo Mercer lives on Tucson's west side with her husband of 24 years, Ted Mercer. Gabriela, Gabby for short, set aside her work career with a defense electronics firm in order to raise her 3 children and continue her education. And that's a real job, being an at-home mother, raising your kids. I know our progressive liberal opponents don't seem to recognize that. As the kids were growing up, Gabrielle became more and more concerned about the direction that her adopted country had taken in recent years. She legally immigrated to the U.S. from Mexico in 1986 in order to live in a nation full of opportunity and constitutional protections of individual liberties. And she became a proud U.S. citizen in 1991. And we are also so very proud of Gabriela Mercer. Gabriela.
Okay, we're coming down to the last, just pretend that this is a boxing ring. And we're coming down to the last 3 minutes. I know it's 44 days, but here he goes. And in this corner is Gabriela Saucedo Mercer. I'm not going to bore you with another political speech. I know most of you already know me. Ralph already introduced me. I came to the United States from Mexico, and I see a few naturalized citizens here. And I just want to read something. I am a quotes person, and I love this. I came up to this quote by Andrew Carnegie. And all of the naturalized citizens, like Mr. Perdon here, he will understand what this means. There is no class so intensely patriotic, so widely devoted to the Republic as the naturalized citizen and his child. For little does the native-born citizen knows of the value of rights which have never been denied. Only the man born abroad, like myself, under institutions which insult him at his birth, can know the full meaning of republicanism. That was Andrew Carnegie. Ralph mentioned that I became a citizen in 1991. I came to the United States in 1986. On July 3rd, 1991, I proudly became a naturalized citizen. And on that day, thank you. On that day, I took an oath. And this is an oath that a lot of military people have taken, or similar to it. But I just want to share with you, all the ones that were blessed to be born in this greatest country on earth. I hereby declare on oath that I absolutely and entirely renounce and abjure all allegiance and fidelity to any foreign prince, potentate, estate, or sovereignty, of whom or which I have heretofore been subject or citizen, that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I will bear arms on behalf of the United States when required by the law, that I will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law, and that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, so help me God. You see an empty chair, and it belongs to Mr. Raul Grijalva. He did not have to take the oath that I took because he was blessed to born in this country. His his policies are hurting America. His policies are hurting Arizona and the people in District 3. He has not represented the people of District 3, and you should be angry about it. I have an empty chair here because he happened to miss 400 votes in this last congressional session. 400 votes, and guess what? He still draws his salary from your pockets. That's unacceptable. If you were hired to do a job, you're supposed to be doing it, not leave the chair empty. That's not correct, and we need to hold them accountable. You have given them 10 years, and nothing has changed. As a matter of fact, things have gotten worse. So I think it's time for Raul Grijalva to retire. But I cannot do it alone. I need everybody's help. I know I have a lot of volunteers here, and you know who you are. Claire, I love you. And Claire, I have to share something that this lady instilled in my head. I took the Constitution class. It was a refresher class, and my husband and I made the commitment to go and attend this class, just to refresh our memory about the Constitution and what it's all about. On the third class, she was talking about corruption in government. And I always said, hey, corruption, yeah, I left corruption behind. Well, in the last 20 years, I have seen corruption in this country too. But one of the things that Claire said, she's an educator. She stood in front of the students, and she said, the government's corruption is a reflection of your corruption. When she said that, I felt something in my heart. And as a good student, I raised my hand, and I said, Claire, are you saying that I am corrupt? I did not vote for that guy in the White House.
Really?
And she said, yes, you are corrupt because you have not held your elected officials accountable. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because you're here, and I do have to apologize because I forgot my habit shoes. I love the Tea Party. The Tea Party is the force that is holding our elected officials accountable. And that's what we need to keep doing. We cannot let up. Just one more thing on Raul Grijalva, if you're not sure that he needs to retire. I am an NRA life member. I take this magazine every month. And I was not surprised, but interesting to find out that Raul Grijalva made it in this magazine. Let me tell you why he made it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, I'm just going to read the bottom. It says, although gun ban schemes have largely failed in Congress in recent years, gun owners shouldn't make the mistake of thinking that none of the U.S. Congress are pushing for ratification of a freedom-gutting treaty. In fact, a group of anti-gun members of the U.S. House of Representatives, led by U.S. Representative Raul Grijalva, Democrat, Arizona, recently sent a letter to Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and UN Ambassador Susan Rice, in which the lawmakers, and I'm quoting, strongly urge the United States to take a leadership role in pushing for a strong, verifiable arms trade treaty.
No.
Grijalva wants to take your freedoms away. Grijalva is more radical than Barack Hussein Obama. I have to say something. I don't know if he's afraid or what's happening with him, but before I even won the primary, he went and attacked me. And he attacked me on an issue. Well, first of all, he called me a racist. And he attacked me because some interview that I gave about a year and a half ago. And this is what I said, and I will clarify it. The question was, what about people coming across the border illegally? And the question was OTMs. Everybody knows what OTMs mean?
Yep.
Other than Mexicans. Yes, people, not only Mexicans come across the border. Remember, we have a border to the south and a border to the north. And Canadians do come across the border illegally. So in that context, I was explaining, these OTMs are people that don't have their best interest in heart. And I am reading this book, Fast and Furious. I'm about 1/4 of it in it. Then from there, I took a quote from Border Patrol Deputy Richard Barlow. And he said about Brian Terry being shot in the line of duty. He says, "This is a stark reminder of the realities we face each and every day in protecting this border and protecting our communities. These are the people that wake up every day with nothing else on their mind but to do harm on the citizens of this country and our way of life." When I was speaking about OTMs, I said Middle Easterners and how they blend into the communities in Mexico. Grijalva wanted to twist it around and call me a racist and that I hate Muslims. First of all, I never said the word Muslims, but I did fail to say Islamic, Muslim, terrorists, radicals. Did I make something else?
Fascists.
Did I cover all the bases? Okay, is that clear? I'm not apologizing. And you know why I'm not apologizing? Because 9/11, Islamic terrorists, fundamentalists, whatever you want to call them, they were here in this country legally, and they killed 3,000 of our people. And nobody has apologized for it. So don't push my buttons there. I will not apologize for Raul Grijalva chopping and cutting and pasting a video and trying to portray me as a racist when he's the racist.
Yes, he is.
He's the one that wants to separate people by the color of our skin, and I refuse to get into that box. I do not belong in that box. I am an American by choice. I love this country, and like God always says, I will die for this country. One more thing. This is campaign stuff. Who doesn't have one of these in their vehicle? Okay, just in case you're not sure, I want to share something with you. I just got an email the other day from a friend of mine. And the email says, "Yesterday on our way home from a church fundraiser, we were pulled over for speeding. The sheriff's deputy gave us a warning saying he liked our Saucedo Mercer bumper sticker. Thank you. You are the gift that keeps on giving." My words. So, bumper stickers, I need volunteers. We have our office at 4550 South 12th Avenue, right in the heart of the district. I need volunteers, and I do need money too. My website is right there, gabbyforcongress.org. I'm on Facebook. Oh, and just one last thing. One final thing. Last night, I posted something on Facebook that actually reiterates, I how do you say that word? Thank you. That affirms what I said about Middle Easterners, terrorists, Islamic fundamentalists. Did I get all of them? I don't want to get caught in that trap again. They were caught in Mérida, Yucatan, Mexico, close to Cancun. 3 of them. One of them, a Muslim, Islamic terrorist, or maybe with terrorist ties, that is an American citizen, was caught in Mérida, Yucatan, in Mexico, plotting to do harm to the United States. Rest my case.
How about a big round of applause for Gabriela? Well, I want to thank you for attending this leg of our event. We are headed now down to Hot Rods and Hot Road in Oakville, and you kind of meet me over by this tall cactus here. We'll hand out direct.